True, scary sleepover stories. Once, on a dark and stormy night, Sarah, Amy, and Emily decided to have a sleepover in Sarah's old, creaky house. The wind howled outside, creating an eerie atmosphere. As the girls settled in the living room, they began to tell scary stories. Just as the clock struck midnight, they heard an unsettling sound coming from the basement. It was a slow, rhythmic thumping. Their faces turned pale, and they exchanged nervous glances. Summoning their courage, they decided to investigate. Armed with flashlights, they crept down the narrow, dimly lit stairs. The thumping grew louder with each step, and the air grew colder. When they reached the basement, they discovered an old, dusty dollhouse hidden in the corner. The dolls inside seemed ancient, and their eyes were unsettlingly realistic. As they examined the dollhouse, it suddenly started to emit an eerie, otherworldly glow. The thumping continued, but now it seemed to be coming from the dollhouse itself. Sarah reached out to touch it, and as her fingers made contact, the dolls came to life, their eyes turning blood red. Terrified, the girls dropped the dollhouse and ran back up the stairs. The thumping grew louder and faster, following them as they retreated. Just as they reached the top of the stairs, the basement door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The room grew darker, and the dolls in the dollhouse began to laugh menacingly. With sheer terror, the girls frantically searched for an escape. In a desperate attempt, they managed to open the door and sprinted back into the living room. As they slammed the basement door behind them, the thumping ceased, and the dolls fell silent. Shaking with fear, they decided to pack their things and never return to Sarah's house for another sleepover. They knew they had encountered something truly horrifying in that old, creaky basement, and they would never forget the night when the dolls came to life. A group of high school friends, Alex, Sarah, and Mark, decided to embark on an unforgettable adventure by taking an overnight bus to a nearby city for a sleepover. They boarded the bus late in the evening, excited for the night ahead. Little did they know that this journey would turn into a terrifying experience. As the bus pulled away from the station, they took their seats near the back. The dimly lit bus was mostly empty, with only a few other passengers scattered throughout. An eerie feeling settled in as they realized that one of the passengers was a man who seemed unnaturally pale, with wild, disheveled hair and vacant eyes. The friends tried to shake off their unease by chatting and playing games on their phones. Hours passed, and the bus traveled deeper into the dark, remote countryside. Suddenly, the man with the vacant eyes stood up, his gaze fixed on them. He slowly shuffled toward their seats, causing their hearts to race. He spoke in a low, unsettling voice, asking them strange questions about their destination and their reasons for being on the bus. The friends exchanged worried glances, feeling trapped in the situation. As the man's questions became more intrusive and unsettling, they noticed something even more chilling. He was carrying a small, rusty knife. Panic set in, and the friends knew they had to get away from this man. In a desperate move, they made a run for it. The driver, alarmed by their fear, pulled over at the next gas station and called the police. When the authorities arrived, they found the man had a history of mental illness and had been off his medication. The friends' sleepover adventure took an unexpected and terrifying turn, but they were relieved to be safe. This harrowing bus journey would remain etched in their memories, a reminder that sometimes real-life horrors can unfold when you least expect them. Please like, share, and subscribe.